welcome to our Veterans Day program. Sergeant at Arms, advance the colors. Please stand. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Poland High School band will now play the Star Spangled Banner. Please remain standing. Please be seated. I would like to introduce our special guest this morning, Congresswoman Michelle Fischbach from the U.S. 7th District. Please welcome Congressman Fischbach.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today. And I will just tell you a little bit, since I have students here who probably go, who is that lady? And I'm the U.S. Congresswoman from the 7th District. 7th District runs almost all the way from Canada to Iowa, and I go to Washington, D.C., and we vote on bills. And so I am a representative in Washington, D.C. for this area. So that will be on the quiz. They're also serious, but I just want to, again, thank you for, for having me here today, and I appreciate the opportunity to just say a few words. And first of all, I want to wish a happy Veterans Day to all of the veterans who have served. And America is grateful for their sacrifices. They've made those sacrifices for our freedoms. Our veterans are true patriots and heroes that make America the greatest country in the world. This country exists because citizens were willing to sacrifice for the rights and freedoms of others. And since then, they have been the defenders of those freedoms at home and abroad and in peace and in war. And these are the heroes that are the sentries on the wall, keeping watch as we live in America safely. They fought in wars to end slavery and world wars, World War I, World War II. They defeated Hitler and Nazi rule. They fought against communist regimes, dictators, terrorists, those who despise the freedoms and values that our country stands for. And they fought for so much more. And so many of them continue to serve at home through legions and continue to give to their communities. As General George Patton said, the highest obligation and privilege of citizenship is that of bearing arms for one's country. Less than 1% of Americans are able to say that they served in our armed forces. And there is a special kind of sacrifice that comes with that service. Where you live and serve, the risks you face, and what you do today are determined by the interests of the country. There are very real physical struggles that go along with serving in the military, from basic training to maybe living and working in a desert, and they never know what they're going to face. And whether they served here, overseas, or on a ship, whether they drove a truck or served in combat, they served. They answered the call. And there are very real mental struggles that go with that life. And if you know someone that's facing those battles, reach out to them. Because there are those battles that they face, they continue to face. But there's also so much pride that goes into that sacrifice they have made. To the students here, I ask you to find a veteran and speak to them today. And that won't be on the quiz. But ask them about their service and their experiences and what it's like to be part of something bigger than themselves. I guarantee that you will learn a great deal from them. You will learn about their pride, their camaraderie, their selflessness, and maybe even a few funny and crazy stories that you've never heard. I also want to thank the military families for their service and their sacrifice. Their lives have also been dedicated to the needs of the country. Moving a family around the country or even the world is not always easy. Separations during deployments are difficult and can be very scary. Veterans commit their time and energy to that life, and it holds everything together. Never forget that families are the most important part of a service member's service. And they cannot do it without the love and support of their families. This nation thanks all veterans for freedom because of the brave. We will never be able to repay the debt that is owed to those veterans, but we will continue to honor them. And from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of the U.S. House of Representatives, I want to thank all of the veterans for their service, and God bless them, and God bless America. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay, the Powell High School Choir will now sing United We Stand. Okay, now I would like to present Maria Henriksen, who will give her speech regarding her Girl State experience.
Good morning. My name is Leah Henderson, and today I'm here to tell each and every one of you about my unforgettable American Legion Auxiliary Minnesota Girl State experience during June of 2021. However, first I would like to thank all of the brave, selfless, devoted, and loyal veterans who are not only here today, but who have also given their lives for all of our freedom. Being a representative at Girl State was such an amazing experience, even though it was unfortunately held virtually due to To start off each day of Girl State, we began by saying the Pledge of Allegiance, singing the Star Spangled Banner, and a reading. After those things were done, all of the 135 participants were split into different groups. In each group, there was an elected chairman who was in charge of guiding group discussions and a clerk who was responsible for taking notes on different topics discussed, such as the individual's opinions regarding different speakers, like Teddy Redknapp, who talked about Americanism, three state legislative members, Chief Justice of the Minnesota Supreme Court, Lori Gilbey, Attorney Kathy Kimmel, and along with Peggy Flanagan, and panels such as the city and county government, law and order, and the judicial. At Girl State, there were also different committees formed where I had the opportunity to learn how to write a bill. In my committee, all members worked together to pass a bill regarding transportation. Our main objectives were to preserve wildlife during times of construction of highways, bridges, and other paths used for transportation, along with implementing bike scooter sharing systems in Minnesota cities for positive environmental and health results. For those of you that don't know, after you have written the bill, you debate in the sign committee where revisions of the bill may occur. Next, the bill gets sent to the House or the Senate for further discussion, approval, and adjustments. After that is completed, the members of the House and Senate vote on the proposed bill, and if the proposed bill is voted in favor, it is then sent to the President for approval, which can then become a public law if the President is in favor. Personally, it is extremely difficult for me to pick out my favorite part of Girl Scout, so I'm going to share my top two. First of all, I really enjoyed listening and asking questions to the law and order. On this panel, I got to hear from Kelly Lake, who's the sheriff in Carlson County, Stephanie Redmond, who's the Crystal Police Chief, Janelle Kendall, who's the Stearns County Attorney, along with an FBI agent. Each of these women explained their role in the government and how they ended up in that area. They also mentioned how they didn't see themselves in the role they were in until they were asked to be in that position. Personally, I thought this was cool to hear because being open-minded like these four women gave them new experiences that had an impact on several people. Lastly, at Girls Day, I got the opportunity to talk to Katie Flanagan, who is Minnesota's 50th Lieutenant Governor and the first Indigenous woman in Minnesota's history. Flanagan not only talked about her personal background, but answered my questions regarding the future of Minnesota. Overall, I'm extremely grateful to have been sponsored by the Post 186 American Legion Auxiliary to attend Girls Day, because not only did I make new friends or learn about how the government works, I also learned leadership skills that I can apply wherever I am. So, if any of you have the opportunity to attend Girls Day, I highly encourage you to go and grow as a person. Thank you, and happy Veterans Day.
Okay, at this time, we're gonna have the Lowell High School band do the U.S. Forces Service Melody. I'd like to thank everybody that helped us put this program together today. First of all, I'd like to thank Brett Manson, who's the principal, for his help, Neil Kaufenberg for his help, Dean Whiten for his help, Nick Strandberg for his help, and all of the veterans that have helped put the program on. And I'd like to also thank one of you for attending this program. Thank you very much for coming. Have a nice day.
Retreat done. Two steps backwards. Back. Right face. Half step forward. Forward.
Thank you all for coming.